Hey there, this is Kristen Mullen. I'm a master's level therapist in the North Valley in Phoenix, Arizona, and the wonderful ladies at the Childhood Collective asked me to answer a couple questions from their community. So here we go. One of those questions was, if I get my kid going in counseling, how quickly am I going to see results? Well, the short answer is, if your child connects and likes the counselor, you're going to see something positive right away. But I have to say, I have to put a big old but on to the end of that sentence, because that's a little bit more of the initial relief that you're going to be seeing. There's some relief when you know that you're actually taking steps in a positive direction. It's wonderful, but the deeper work and the stronger changes actually come later. So there are 3 points that I want to share with you that will help you determine or estimate about how long it will take before you see results. The first thing is think of treatment, think of counseling, not so much like medicine. You know, medicine is sort of there to squelch the symptoms and get the disease away, right? Like an antibiotic. Counseling is much more of a process of learning. It's a little more similar to, say, the process of learning how to read. So asking how long until I see results is sort of like asking how long until my child can read. You're going to see baby steps of improvement over time, and you're also going to see back steps followed hopefully by progress going forward. Your child might need extra help, or they just might need to stay the course. So counselors are highly skilled in the process of guiding the mind through the process of rewiring and refiring. Essentially, neurons don't move quickly, so this is part of the reason why it's a process of learning. But there are 3 areas that you could use sort of like a metric that can give you an idea as to how quickly you could see results. And what you want to do is think about the symptoms in terms of frequency, duration, and intensity. So for example, if we're talking about meltdowns as a symptom, let's say for anger, how frequent are these meltdowns happening? How intense are they when they're happening? How aggressive does the child get? And what is the duration? How long do they last? If you look at their symptoms in terms of those 3 areas, that will give you a good idea. This brings me to the 3rd point. If you think of those 3 areas, the frequency, duration, and intensity, if you think of that as if those are minimal, then the turnaround time is probably going to be fairly quickly. For example, if there's a girl and she has broken up with her boyfriend and she's upset over that, that is something that's not frequently happening necessarily. It's kind of just in that moment, and the duration may not be that long. So the turnaround is going to be quicker. If it's somebody who's been depressed for a very long time and the episodes are highly intense, then that treatment is going to take a little longer. You can kind of think of it like a ball of yarn. The longer that the problem has been around, the bigger the ball of yarn, the longer it's going to take to unwind it. But if you're catching it fairly early, the turnaround will be pretty quickly actually.